is gonna be actually the first like full day of reading for this vlog, and I brought like so many books, and I just realized there's a bookshelf right there, so maybe we're just gonna put them there because that sounds like a vibe. And I'm going to be grabbing my coffee after I make it, and we're gonna sit outside because we're literally right by the beach. I'm gonna show you guys after I make my coffee. I actually started reading a summer arc on my Kindle yesterday, and it's so good. It's called Our Darkest Summer, and it's like a mystery slash romance, and it's kind of giving a good girl's guide to murder and the summer I turned pretty. And I also brought Half a Soul, which is like the closest we're gonna get to a summer fantasy book, and then I brought a bunch of other books here. Essentially, this trip just kind of motivated me to do reading summer books for a week because we are going to be here for quite a few days, and I do plan on doing a lot of sitting and reading, and summer books are usually so short. So, and my hair looks like blonde again. Yep, there's that. Those super summery books. The first one we brought was Summer Reading. I really don't know what this one is about at all. Then we have The Summer Will Be Different by Carly Porter. This is her third book. I really love her debut novel. Her second book was a big flop for me, so I don't know what this one's gonna be. And then we have Christina Lauren's The Brightest Problem. This is a UK edition, the UK cover, in a paperback because I hate hardback books. And then lastly, I brought Same Time Next Summer by Annabelle Monaghan. This author, I've had a lot of curiosity about. So we're gonna put all the books over here, and then let's just like pick what we're gonna read. It's continuing this book, so I think this is what we're gonna pick. So I'm gonna put the books over here. And I honestly didn't get as much reading as I wanted to, but I wanted to update you on the 2 books that I am reading. Having a coffee because you know I can't function without caffeine. We literally spent like 3 hours trying to open this bottle. That's really good. Okay, so we got a coffee. Here is the first book that I'm reading. So I made it to page 72, and one of the first things that came to mind is that the nickname that the brother has, Wolf, like it is so stupid, and it's like getting on my nerves like a lot, but I can't get over it. I'm still gonna give it a chance. I'm overall enjoying it. Our Darkest Summer, the arc that I'm reading on my Kindle, that one has me really hooked, and I'm over the 20% mark right now. And when I tell you that that might be one of my new favorite summer reads, like for real. So I'm gonna keep reading. Probably want to make a bigger dent in this one, or I might tend to read this one and the one on my Kindle. So that's the update. And yeah, I actually got a little tan today, so I'm happy about that. I'm gonna read the description because I don't want it to be too similar to the one I'm already reading. I do really miss Christina Lauren's writing, so I feel like I want to go with this one. I haven't finished the other two books that I'm reading, but I do want to have a few going at the same time because I do feel myself getting a little bored.
Procrastinating. I'm still reading The Last Love Letter by Emma Gray. No, The Last Love Note by Emma Gray. I'm actually really enjoying it. I'm 70% in. I think this is gonna be a 5-star read. Essentially, if you like Emily Henry's books, I think you should be picking this up. But when we were at the beach, I stopped by a bookstore, obviously, because who am I if I don't go book shopping? Like, hello. And I went to this little bookstore. It's an indie bookstore, and I got a book that I says Eat, Sleep, and Read on the cover and on the packaging, and then these love books. So I ended up getting a classic. A rumor has it that Taylor Swift really likes this book. It's called Rebecca. It's a classic, and yeah, I'm actually pretty interested in reading this. Like, I think there's a little bit of mystery or something in it, but this was, yeah, the one book that I got when I was book shopping at the beach. So I'm probably not gonna be reading this in this video because we're only reading obviously summer books. But, and I'm still sick, guys. I don't even know when I'm going to decongest, but hopefully by the time this video goes up, I'm no longer sick. And yes, I'm still wearing my beachy t-shirt because I would rather be at the beach right now reading than here studying. So that's what's going on. So the time has come. We're actually going to be wrapping up this video. I'm not really happy with the fact that it took me forever to actually finish filming this video, but we're actually done. So also, I got these glasses from eyewear Direct. They're linked down below. You guys always ask me. They're the Claudia frame. This is not like sponsor or anything, but it is like a pretty common question that I do get. So essentially, we went to South Padre weeks ago, and I started filming a reading vlog where I read summer books for an entire week. But if I'm being just completely transparent, it literally took me like almost a month to finish reading this video because there's one book that really put me in a massive reading slump, and that book is The Summer Was Different by Carly Fortune. I made it to page 134, honestly, and if you don't really like a book after 100 pages, you're probably just not going to like it. I do want to finish it though because the last two books that she has released I have not enjoyed, and I keep wasting reading time on them. But I want to see what the hype is about with this one because people do seem to really like this one, and I would like to find out for myself. The thing though is that because of this video, I read probably one of my all-time favorite books of all time. That was really repetitive right there, but I read And The Last Love Note by Emma Gray. This one I actually ended up reading after we came back from the beach, and it was, I just randomly stumbled into Target and I found this precious book. And I read the description, old school, just literally look at the back of the book, and it sounded like really Emily Henry-like. It was fiction with a hint of, women's fiction with a hint of romance. And let me just read you one quote from this book because I just need to show you why I like this book so much. It said, "What if my grief is worse than I think? Maybe I'm distracted on purpose and I've subconsciously engineered a frantic, overcommitted, hectic world so I can always put busy center stage, and grief can only ever hover in the wings."
another quote because this book is just so good. He hands me a tray for my phone and laptop and another for the jacket in my bag, which is bulging in the latest Ellen Hildebrand novel and one of my Emily Henry gems. I have a personal rule never to run out of book chapters in the air without a backup. This book, and that's like not even like the top 5 quotes that I have on here, but I don't want to spoil them for you. This book was a 5-star read. Essentially, it's about this woman who loses her husband to a terminal disease, and she is in the process of finding herself, and grief is just taking up a lot of space, and she has lost herself in the process of trying to just function with the grief. And there is romance in this book, but it's definitely very minor and it's mostly towards the end, but you do get really angsty hints of romance throughout the book, and it's so worth it. I really think you should read it. Catherine Zenner actually gave it a review in the back of this book. It says, "Why do I feel like I've been waiting all my life for this book? What a gorgeous, charming, funny, heart-rending, longing-filled triumph of a read." I do have to say though that the author did take a lot of her own personal experience with grief, which I didn't know until the very end of the book, and I think that's why this book is so amazing. I am not gonna shut up about this book. I haven't seen anyone else talk about this book, if I'm totally honest with you, and I'm so glad that I just literally let me do this book at Target, because it's literally the perfect summer read, but it's also so heartwarming. And then the other book that I read in this video, you just see me read this one a lot, it's literally all beat up and it literally smells like sunscreen still, and it has like sunscreen stains all over it, because I did take this one to South Patrick and I finished it. This one was a 4.5 out of 5 stars for me. It was so good. It really reminded me of The Honeymooners, but it's literally a Christina Lauren book. What am I saying right now? It reminds me of their other book called The Honeymooners, and this one was honestly probably even better than that one. The banter in this book is great, and the man in this book is literally, he's gonna go down as one of my top Christina Lauren book boyfriends ever, because he's so good. So essentially, they strike up a plan to become married because they need each other for certain things, and they make a deal, get married because she needs housing, and then years later he comes back asking her for a favor to go on this vacation and pretend to be his wife again. And this book, it's so funny, it's so good, and literally did not disappoint. So we read 2.5 books, and these were 2 gems. This one wouldn't really recommend, but I don't know, I haven't finished this, so I don't want to be unfair and like not give you a fair review of it. So that's it. We read summer books for a week. That's pretty much the video. Sorry if this was disappointing. I really wanted to read at least 3 books, but sometimes just life happens and I didn't get to it. So thank you so much for watching. Make sure to hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Bye guys.